Hello participants, welcome to the webinar on how to prepare educational videos for students, and resource person for this webinar is Mrs. Hem Kumari Patel, Assistant Professor English, Government Paluram Dania Commerce and Arts College Raigad, and this webinar has been organized by Govind Sarang Government Law College Bhatapara, Chhattisgarh. And convener of this webinar is Dr. Nidhi Mishra under able aegis of Principal Dr. D.D. Prishti. Thank you.
Hello everyone. I feel privileged to get this opportunity to share my views with you people. First of all, I would like to thank Principal Dr. D.D. Prishti sir and Convener Dr. Nidhi Mishra ma'am, Convener IQAC and Assistant Professor Department of English for giving me this opportunity. Today we will be discussing about how to make educational videos at home. So the whole section has been divided into three parts. In the first part, we will have an overview of the types of educational videos, and in the next part, we will try to learn how we can animate slides in PowerPoint. And in the concluding section, we will learn how to edit these videos with the help of KineMaster. Okay, so let's start the technical session, and I am sharing my screen now. During this worldwide lockdown, all the educational institutions and all the teachers are looking for some innovative ways to reach to the students wherever they are. Many teachers are taking online classes also, and these educational videos are very useful as an add to their online lectures. Since there are many problems with online classes also, and so if students are provided with these videos, it proves very useful for them and they can use it according to their own convenience. So let's first see what are the advantages of these educational videos. In fact, educational videos have advantages over online classes also, since for online classes we need to be connected at a particular time, but these videos can be used by the students according to their own convenience. In fact, videos increase students' engagement. It keeps them involved throughout the lecture. They capture student attention, and these videos have universal appeal to all level of learners and every learning styles. Students can watch them according to their own convenience with their own pace and time. That means since modern generation learners are self-paced learners, if they feel like learning at midnight, they start doing so because they have their magic gadget, that is their smartphone, in their hands. Everything is on the tip of our finger. What we need is just to search on the internet. Since many things are available on the internet and in YouTube channel also, so we have to be competitive in this case, and we have to cater to the needs of the students. Once made, they can be used whenever needed. These videos can be used by students again and again, which suits to their pace and time also. These are some types of educational videos. First one is the tabletop, and then podcast, slidecast, talking head, screencast, explanation with Khan academic style. So there are many other types also, but here I have chosen some types of videos that can be made at home only without much technical knowledge and much preparation. So let's start the first one, that is tabletop. Tabletop videos. As the name indicates, it can be made on a table also. This is the simplest and fastest method of recording. What do we need for this? We write on a blank paper or a notebook and write with a pen and record the audio. It's very useful for subjects like mathematics or those which need some diagrammatic explanation because it records our fingers or our hands with gestures, and gestures play a very important role in understanding the concept, and students really love to watch these type of videos. It requires very less technologies, very less instrumentation. It can be made just with the help of smartphone. See, this is how we can make tabletop videos at home also. What we need for this? You can take two chairs facing each other, two sticks which can be put in between these chairs so that we can keep our smartphone in between the sticks and the camera facing below the chairs, where we have to keep the blank pages or notebook in which we have to write with a pen. Remember one thing, always keep the light focusing on the notebook, otherwise the content will be blur. And we have to be cautious about our sound modulation and voice because it's not recording our facial expressions. Okay, so it's very easy to make and students also like it. See, this is what the teachers are using these days. The Jugaad techniques, you can say. What we need for this is we need any arrangement to put our smartphone just in perpendicular or vertical direction from the notebook or pages. So it's very easy to make. You can use any of these techniques at your home also. The next one is the podcast. Podcast records audio only and they are helpful for languages, language teaching or some theoretical subjects, or whenever we want to provide summaries of any topic. Podcasts are very easy to make and require less preparations since we need not record our facial expressions. So we can record it anywhere, anytime according to our convenience. The next is slidecast. Slidecast means recording the slides with audio or with audio and video both. If you have the PowerPoint version of 2013 or later, you can record your slide. But if you have the 2007 version, you need to update it. You can make the slides with the help of your smartphone also by using Google Slides or by downloading the app PowerPoint. Slides are very interesting for students because at the same time you can see on the screen audio, video and the text, and this can be made very effective by using some effects and animation. How to make these slides we will be discussing in the later part of this presentation, but at present let me show you how to record these slides. You can see on the screen after making the slides the screen appears like that. You have to go to slideshow, okay, and after clicking on slideshow you can start it from beginning. When we click on from beginning it appears like that, and when you click record slide it starts recording. At present what you are seeing on the screen is just the recording of the screen. I am using 2019 version of PowerPoint, but 2016 is also very nice, and you can update your PowerPoint and use it for recording your videos also. Now let us see what is screencast. Screencast means recording the screen with audio, and it can be done with the help of smartphone or laptop, and this is very useful for particularly for software learning programs which need some demonstrations, and let me show you on the screen. See here, you can record the whole screen, and it is very useful when we want our learners to teach something step by step, when we want to demonstrate any software program. Okay. The next one is talking head. A talking head is a type of educational video which records the face and the facial expressions of speaker. It is very helpful in creating personal identity of the teacher, because unless and until students watch your face, they don't feel connected with you. It is interesting for students, and more important thing is that you can use this video with other videos also. Suppose you are making a tabletop video, and you can add a talking head just at the beginning of tabletop and at the end also, so that students feel connected with the teacher. But this type of video is not so easy to make. It requires a bit of practice, because we have to be cautious about the light, the settings of the background, and it can be made with the help of a smartphone only. You can use front camera or back camera as your convenience, but back camera is more preferable. It has greater resolutions, and what you need for this is that just put the camera in front of your face. You can make it in the selfie mode also, or you can use a stand and use the back camera to make talking head. Just be cautious about the setting, and we will discuss in the next part how can we make these videos effective. Teaching on whiteboard or green board. As we teachers, we all are habituated teaching in our classroom with the help of green board or blackboard. So this method is similar to offline teaching. We can record ourselves teaching on the whiteboard. Nowadays, many teachers are taking online classes, and if you have this arrangement, a whiteboard at your home, you can record yourself while teaching. What we need for this is just the smartphone and a stand on which you can fix your mobile. Interestingly, these videos can be edited with the help of some editing apps. And in the later part of this video, I will show you how can you edit this video with the help of KineMaster. You can make it very effective. Now, some do's and don'ts of making an effective video. A $1,000,000 question is that how can we make our videos effective? If your students like your video, it is effective, no more or no less. If you know your target learners, if you know the needs of your students, you can definitely make your video effective. But even then, we have to be cautious about some things that we will discuss now. The first one is that be clear about the content and presentation. These are the two things which make any video effective. Content is very, very important, since if you yourself are confused about the content, how can you make clear to the students? So be prepared, then only go before the camera, and then your presentation skills count much. You can make your video effective only through your presentation skills. Position the camera above your eyes. See, if your camera is below your eyes level, your nose will be visible, so it will look awkward. Okay, so position the level of camera just above your eyes. Maintain eye contact. This is very important for whole presentation. Continuously look at the camera. Otherwise, it looks weird if you see below or above. So eye contact is very important for any presentation. Now, setting of light and background. Always keep the light focused on your face. Otherwise, face will not be clearly visible. And background is also very important. You can use plain background also, or you can use the curtains of your window, but never sit in front of the window facing your back. Okay, it is better to sit just in front of the window. If the natural light comes on your face will be more visible. Length of the video. Keep your videos as short as possible. Even if your video is very lengthy, you can divide it into chunks. Divide it into 2 or 3 parts so that it will be convenient for you as well as for your learners. Avoid lengthy introductions. So very important. If you start your video with your name, just like hello, I am Mrs. Hem Kumari Patel, Assistant Professor English, Government Palu Ram Dhanania Commerce and Arts College, Raigad, and thanks for giving me this opportunity to explain my presentation. See, who is interested to listen all these things? It is sheer wastage of time. So never give this lengthy introduction at the starting of your video. It is better to give all this information in your slide in written in text form only. Avoid lengthy introductions. So these are some tips with the help of which you can make your videos effective. You have to cater to the needs of the students, know your students, know their needs, and make your videos very fruitful. Okay, and now we will start our technical session. We will look how we can animate our slides and make it effective and interesting. So I am sharing my screen now. Let's now start with our technical session. We'll see now how to create effects and animations in PowerPoint slides. But first, let me show a small demo to see how these effects can make a difference in PPT. The question arises, why do we insert effects and apply animations? And the answer is, friends, we should take every effort to make our slides effective. As you all know, you all might be preparing slides for your presentations, and modern generation students are techno-friendly. They are always surrounded by gadgets and they are watching YouTube videos, they are using internet. So until and unless our slides are effective, they may not take interest in them. So we have to make our slides interesting. To survive in this competitive age, we have to take these efforts. Now let's see what difference we can bring in our slides. See, this is an image of a tabletop video. You can use this technique to ask your students some question by showing them the images, and the answer emerges just after few seconds. Podcast, and then this is the talking head. So this technique is done just by using, by grouping and ungrouping the titles, and we will be discussing about this, how to create this effect in the later part of the presentation. Now let's see in this graph. By seeing just at a glance, you can have an idea that these are the marks scored by different students in a particular subject. So if you show this type of graph to your students, they can have an idea that the highest scorer is Shruti with 95 marks, and then 89 Ayush, and then Sudhakar, who has scored 87. So just within a short time they can have an idea of this graph. So you may not be able to capture their attention throughout the presentation. They will be attentive only for a short time. But if you animate the same graph, it will be very interesting for them. Let's see how. Now this is
the animated form of that graph. See, first one by one we are showing them the graphs. Ananya 85 and then Amit 65 and then Ayush with 89 years, very good score, and then Samadrita and Naushin. So when we show them one by one, we are able to capture their attention, and students love to see these types of graph when they are animated. So this is the difference we can bring in our slides by animating them. Now, same is the case with line graph. Here also you can see that through this line graph, what are the marks and what is the variation between the score of the students. So here also we can have an idea by seeing the graph. But when we animate this one also, it looks like this. Now see the magic effect created by animation. It becomes so interesting and effective when we animate the same graph. Now, if we are to declare the result of the students and the name of the highest scorer, see what can we do to make it interesting. And the same method can be applied for any other example. For any subjects, you can use this technique. Now see the scores. The first position goes to Shruti with 95 marks, and then Sudhakar and Ayush. See how interesting it is for the students also. Students love this type of animations, and we can create it with little effort. This is a multiple animation created to a slide. We will be discussing about this also, how we can create this effect. Now let's learn how to animate our slides. Okay friends, the screen is visible now, and even if you are beginners, you can start the process step by step. But it's better if you continue with me with your laptop or desktop. So keep doing with me. See, if you have the PowerPoint version of 2007, you may not have many of the features. Mine is 2019 version. But if you have 2013 or the later versions, it will do. Now, let me show you some of the tabs which are very important to create animation. We need to see all these tabs one by one. The first one is the Insert tab. When we click on this Insert tab, we can see the gallery which appears on the screen. First, let's click on the option Pictures. When we click on the drop down option Pictures, we can see two options here. The first one, insert picture from. First one is this device and the second one is online. So we have two ways from which we can something which we have saved on our laptop or desktop, and the second one we can get it online. Now let me show you how can we save these images or pictures on the laptop. Okay, we can't copy it, otherwise it won't move. So let's see how to do it. In fact, it's not a video. This is a GIF image which I have saved it in my device. Now let me show you how we can bring it. See, this is an image which I have selected, and when we click on the image, we have to select the option Save Image As. Remember, we have to click on Save Image As. When we click on this image, you can see on the screen, it has been saved. Now, let me name the image. In fact, I have made a folder to save this type of images. You can see here GIF image and saved it on the desktop. Okay. Remember remember one thing friends, whenever you search for images or GIFs, please type copyright free images. Otherwise, it may be a violation of Copyright Act. So, always remember to type copyright free images or GIFs. Now, I can get that particular picture by clicking on this option which I have saved on this device. So I am getting it from the option this device, and this is the particular folder GIFs. So click on this. Let me select the jumping image. Yes, it's here now. Now friends, you might be wondering, this image is not moving, okay? But don't worry, it will. We have to first click on the slideshow. We have to run the slideshow and then start it from the beginning. Yes, it has started moving now. This is how we can insert GIFs into our slides. But let me delete it. I don't need it just now. See, we are still in the insert tab, okay? And you can see here now one option, smart art. And this slide I have brought from the smart art only. See, various options are given here. You can use any of these boxes. We will see these two options, smart art and the chart, in detail just after a while, okay? But let's first see what are the other options given in this gallery here. You can see here the option word art, and then yes, with the help of this word art, you can imply any of the alphabetical style into your slide. See, these various types of text can be inserted. And now you can see the option equation. If you need equations for mathematics, you can use them, okay? Then there is an option video. Here you can see two options are given here, online and something that you have saved on your desktop. Let me show you by bringing one of the videos here. We will check whether it's working or not. Yes, I have inserted one of the videos. See, I have brought a small video saved in my desktop. And now you can see various options given on the screen. These are the frames available, various types of frames. You can apply any one of them. See how the pattern changes. Okay, now let me see whether it's working. Yes, it's working now. It is the video of flag hosting ceremony of Independence Day 2020. Yes, it's working. So, this is how you can bring a video or any audio on your screen, and you can set the image or the video according to your convenience. You can enlarge it like this. You can set it on the full screen also. Yes, it has been set now. Okay, now let me delete it for now. And friends, so far we have been dealing with insert tab, and now let's move forward to this tab. This is transitions. In fact, transitions are not animations, but they give a beautiful effect to our slides. You can see here various transitions are there. This is one of them which we can apply on our slide. This is page curl and then peel off technique. Clock. Yes, it's rotating like clock. See friends, since I haven't clicked on any one of the transition effect, it is showing none at present, and this effect option is deactivated. But as soon as I click on any of these transition effect, this effect option is automatically activated, and we get lots of variations. Under one transition only we get lots and lots of variations, you can see here. Let's see cube. Let's select cube, okay? And again click on effect options and see these are the variations. This is from left and then from top. Now let's take this option airplane, okay? We can see its variations moving towards left first. Yes, it's moving towards left and then right. So these are the variations available under one option. In the same way, whenever we click on any of these transition options, we can get the variations by clicking on this effect options, okay? Now let's move on to see here is an option that is no sound, okay? It is at present no sound is there, but when we want to insert a sound into a slide, just click on it and choose any one of these. Let's take the applause one, which we had used in our previous slide. Let me show that. Yes, here I had used the applause sound. This was the sound used in that slide. So remember always we have inserted this sound from which option? This is from transitions, okay? So friends, till now we have covered two tabs, insert tab and then transitions. And now let's move on to animations, very important one. See, whenever we click on this tab animations, the gallery which is there on the screen, it seems to be deactivated. But whenever we click on a particular object or a title, as soon as we click on it, these options, they are automatically activated. See, here fly in has been applied, that's why it's showing that one, okay? And now whenever we click on one option, just like in transitions method, we can go on the effect options again, and here also in the same way we get many variations. Let's see here from top right. Yes, it is showing from top right and then from bottom right. And if I want my object to move from any other directions, like from left, take from left, yes, it is moving from left now. If I want it to move from top, yes, it has come from top. So in this way, we can insert these animations into any of the selected object or the text. Now let's move on to another option, that is add animation. When we click on this option, it seems similar to animations options which we have seen just now, okay? But the difference between these two is that it adds the effect second time to an object that has already been animated once. For example, if you have given an entrance effect and now you can use add animation for exit. Remember, the process is same for both. See here, once we have created the animation for entrance and then for exit. Now the next option is animation pane. When we click on this option, some informations appear on the screen. See, like this. These are nothing but the animations which we have applied on the slide. What are they? They provide the sequence of the animations. This animation pane helps us to see all the animations applied in the slide, like this. And these options may be used to change the sequence of animations. And how can we change the sequence? Let's see. Suppose you wanted the title to appear first on the screen, but you animated the subtitle part first, which should have been applied after the main title. Now we want the main title to appear first on the screen. So what will we do? Click on it and it will show the animation which is applied on it. Now you can see the two animations are highlighted here. This green one is entrance animation and the red one is for exit. Which should be, the exit should be at last. Only the entrance effect should be at first. Now what will we do? We will select the title entrance animation and clicks button and bring the text at first position. Now let's check if it is corrected. Yes, see, it has been corrected perfectly. The sequence has been changed as we wanted. Friends, we have taken an overview of all the tabs. Now let's move on to the second slide and see what are the effects we have used here. Let's play it first. Now let me insert a new slide to see the whole process. Yeah, I have entered a new slide just after the previous one. I will click on Insert tab and go to Smart Art. See, various charts, cycle and pyramid, many structures are given here. You can use any of them according to your convenience. If you want cycle or pyramid for science, you can choose. But at present, I am choosing the picture as I want. This one, which we have seen in the previous slide, and I am selecting this. See, as soon as I have selected this chart, on the top, these effects have been activated. Now I can choose any one of these effects and see the changes. Yes, you can choose any one of these. Let me select this one. And now I can change the color also. Here various combinations of colors are given here. You can choose any one of them. Let me select this pink combination, this purple color. Yes, I have selected this chart and see here in the circles now I can insert the images and in these boxes I can write with text. But suppose if I want some text to be inserted in the circles in place of images, what will I do? We can do it. We will go to this convert option and select convert to shapes. Now my circles are ready to accept the text also. I can type here, I can assign either serial numbers 1, 2, 3 or I can write any text here. See, it is accepting the text now. We can choose the font and the color according to our convenience, and in the boxes too we can use text. But now at present I want to insert images in the circles, so I will go to the previous situation. Now we are again in the previous situation and let me insert an image in the first circle. So we have two ways to insert the image. The first one is from the desktop and the second is to insert online pictures. I am going for online pictures. Let me select a rose. Yes, I am selecting this one and click on insert. Yes, my image is here now. See, now if I want to change the size of this circle, suppose I want to enlarge it, so what will I do? I will press the shift button, shift and then select all the three circles, and now I can enlarge the size. Yes, This is the right size now. But see the boxes. We have to change the size of the box also. Again I will repeat the same procedure. Press the shift button and select all the 3 boxes and enlarge them. Yes. Now this is the exact size I wanted. This is how we can insert the images. Now I have to add images to the remaining 2 circles also. I will repeat the same procedure. So I am fast forwarding. Okay.
If you want to give animation to the text, you can do it also. Just select the text and then go to the animation tab and apply any of the animations.
Yes, our chart is ready now, and now let's move on to animations. When we click these options, you can see various options here. Suppose I click on fly in. You can see here the whole chart is moving simultaneously, but I want these circles to be separated from the boxes. I want to come these boxes after the circles. So what will I do? I will right click and then select the group option, and then I will click on ungroup. After ungrouping, now we can move the circles and the boxes separately. Now let me select the first box, and if I want it to bounce up, see it is bouncing now. And the box, let us select wipe. Yes, it is wiping. And now let me choose the direction. Yes, it wipes from the left. And I will repeat the same procedure for these 2 boxes. Let me again fast forward the steps. Now let's play and check it from the animation pane. Go to animation pane and play all. Yes, the chart is ready now this way. So we have completed grouping and ungrouping of the chart. Now let's move on to the next slide, that is graph. Now let us see how can we animate this bar graph. Okay. If I select the bar graph and then click on the wipe option, see it looks like this. Okay. The whole bar graph is moving as a single unit. Now click on this effect options and choose by category. Yes, you can see here now these are visible one after another. It is better if you choose this wipe option and then go to effect options and then by category. You have to remember these 3 steps. Okay. Now let's move on to line graph. Here also, if we want to animate the line graph, again select the graph and then click on wipe option, and in this option go to effect options now and again select by category. The graph now appears like this. But suppose if I want this graph to move from left to right, what will I do? I will select the option, see, from left. From effect option, choose from left option. So you have to remember these steps. First go to wipe option and then effect options and then from left. This way we have to animate this line graph. Now let us see on the slideshow how does it move. See. Yes, it's fantastic now. Now we are going to learn this animation. Let's first see how does it work. friends, since it needs multiple animation, if you are a bit experienced, you can do it. But now, for your convenience, I am showing you in a simple one. Let's see. Go to Insert tab and then Smart Art. Now I will click on OK button. Right click on this and then ungroup. I have ungrouped these boxes. Again I have to go to group and ungroup. Repeat the same steps to ungroup again, and now I will arrange these boxes in the form of stairs. Just let me fast forward it and set the stairs. Yes, the stairs are ready now, and now I need an image of a moving boy. As I have said earlier, we can bring the image from two ways. That is, first from the device and then directly from online. Since I have saved on my desktop, I will go to that particular folder and select this one, okay? This is an image of a running boy. Let me bring here. Now suppose I want this boy to come from left. Now I have to set the path of this boy. Let me first select from the effect options. See here, more motion path. We have to click on this. From more motion path, let's proceed to right. Since we want this boy to move from left to right. Yes, it's going in the right direction. So the first path has been set now. You can see here. Now the first step is over, but we want this boy to move on the second step. And how will it move? It has to go diagonally up, okay? For this, we have to go on to add animation. Remember, we can't click again on the effects option. We have to go on the add animation. Click on here and we will find the same steps, more motion path, and then we have to choose the direction, that is diagonal upright. Okay, let me select this one. But see, the boy is moving from the first point to the second step. But what do we want? We want this boy to move from the second point to the final step, that is to second stair, okay? So what we have to do now, just drag the line and bring back the boy into the first position. I am bringing the boy into the previous position, that is on the first stair. Now you can see the path. Yes, it is moving now diagonally. Let me again go to add animation to move the boy to the third step. Again we have to select more motion path and then again click on diagonal upright. Now the same problem will arise once again. The boy will move from the first point to the third step. But we want it to move from the third point to the fourth point, okay? What will we do again? Again drag the final line and bring back the boy to the third position. And now finally, let me bring it a bit down. Yes, it has been set here. Now let's play from the first step to second. Yes, now it is moving correctly. Again we have to go on the fourth step. So add animation and then more motion path. Again diagonal upright. And we have to repeat the same steps again. Drag the final line and bring back the boy to the fourth point. And finally it is now on the fourth stair. Let's play it. Yes, it's okay now. Now, as we have seen in the previous slide, we had changed the image of the girl just after reaching on the final position. So how do we do that? Let's see. Now we have to remove this boy and bring back another one in place of it. But to bring another boy in place of it, what I need is to first to let it go. So go to add animation once again and then more exit effect. We want this boy to exit from here. So select the exit effect and then click on fade option so that it will fade away just after a while. Let's see whether the effect has been created. Yes, you can see here after going to the final position, the image disappears. Now we have to bring back another image in place of the previous one. Go to Insert tab and then Picture option. We have to select another image now. This is a jumping boy. Let me select this. I am bringing this image on the top stair and click on animations now. Now, what we have to do to replace this image, first go to the effect option. Remember, we need not go to the add animation option now. Now we have to choose the effect option and then again select the fade option. Click on this and it has done now. Let's check what we have done. I repeat, go to effect options and then within the entrance option, see, we have to choose the entrance option here and again click on fade. For the previous boy, we had selected the exit option and then fade, but now here entrance and then fade. Remember? See, this is how we can explain our fight against COVID-19 at present. The key points which we need is continuous testing and then tracing and treatment. These three factors can only lead to triumph over COVID-19. Interestingly, we have been able to show this in the form of animation.
By repeating the same steps, we can create multiple animations also.
So friends, this is how we can create animation. We can create magic on our slides. See friends, with little efforts, we can bring great effects to our slides so that it may be more effective, more engaging and more interesting. Okay?
So in the concluding section of the presentation, we will see now how can we edit our videos with the help of KineMaster. Though many apps are available, but I prefer this one. Many useful effects and applications are available in it. So let's see how can we use it. Just click on the KineMaster app. I have downloaded it. Now on the screen, 3 buttons are visible. Click on the largest button at the center. Yes, you can see the 3 ratios now. The first one is 16:9. If you want your video to be uploaded in YouTube, use this one. The second is 9:16. If your video is for Android phones, use this one. And the last 1:1. It is used when we want our videos to be uploaded in Instagram or Facebook. So at present I want my video to be uploaded in YouTube. So I am clicking on the first one, that is 16:9. Now as soon as I click on this, the screen appears like this. See here, many applications are visible. The first one is media. Whenever we click on this application, it shows many options from where we can bring our video.
Let me bring a small video for demo here. Yes, my video is here now on KineMaster. Now suppose at the beginning of my video, if I want to add an introductory page or something with title of the subject, what will I do? Just go to media. See here, the first option is of background. Select the background and you can choose your background from these options. Let me choose one of these. Yes, I have selected this one. Now, what do I want? I want to write something on this front page, just about the title, okay? So, if I want to write something, I have to click on this second option, that is layer. But let me first introduce you all these options within layer. The first one is of media. You might be wondering, we had seen media options on the screen at first also, but here also the first option is media. So this option is used whenever we want to insert any image or video within the video which we have brought in the KineMaster. Suppose I want to insert this video on my video and I want it to run like that. See, we can insert the video here. So, with this media option to insert a video within our video, okay? Since I don't need it at present, I am deleting now. Okay, now let's try to see the second option. It is of effect. Click on this. Within effects, see the basic effects are there. Click on that and you can add these effects on the video screen. See how can we use it? If you want to blur any of the portion on your video, you can use this option. Suppose you have committed some mistake and you want to remove it, you can use this option, okay? The time up to which you want this effect, go on stretching the selected box and it will be continued up to that time interval. The next option, the third option is of overlay. If we click on this option, we can see many stickers are available here. If we want any of the stickers on our screen of the video, we can use them. But at present, I don't need any of this, so I am deleting this one. Next option is of text. Very useful as we want to write something on the front page. Let me write something here and click on OK. After writing the text, we can adjust the size and then we can use any of the fonts. Many variations are given here. You can use any one of them. See? Yes. And select and then click on the right option. Now, if you want to change the color of the text, go to this option and click on this. See? Lots of variations are available here. You can choose any one of them. See, I have chosen this one. Now the next option is of animation. The first one, this one is of entrance animation and this is for exit animation. As soon as I click the entrance animation, see many options are available here. If I click enter slide, if I want it to pop open, you can change the speed of the text also. See how does it vary from slow to faster. As soon as you choose any one of the option, click on the right option. As once we have used the entrance effect, now we have to go for the exit effect also. So similarly click on the exit effect. See the variations. Slide is going right side and then up, snap up, and again you can set the speed and click on the right option. And if you want your text
to be effective like this in the center, you can use this effect just like this. These are not so much useful for videos. Since our video is educational one, let it be simple. Suppose you want to trim your video from any point. See how can we do that if you want to delete some of its portion. Now see the bookmark here. Just go and click on this option. As soon as I click on this, the scissors is visible here. Click on this scissors and go to the third option, that is split at playhead. So if I want to trim my video in between, I have to click on split at playhead. As soon as I click on this, see the mark here, and it is now separated from the former part of the video. Now again go to the point up to which you want to delete your video. See on the screen, suppose I want to delete this portion when I am moving from the board. Now let me go to the final point up to which I want to delete it, and again click on the bookmark. And then once again I have to click the scissors and then repeat the step split at playhead. As soon as I click the playhead at second time, see the selected portion on the left. This separated portion can be deleted now. Go to the delete option here and click on this. Now that particular portion has been deleted. Let's see on the screen whether it has been done. Now the selected portion has been deleted from our video. Whenever you click on your video from the bookmark, see the options which are visible here. The second one just after the scissors is for zoom. So if you want to focus on any particular portion of your video or the board, you can use this function. Just go on this and set the portion which you want to be focused, okay? And after that, click on the equal sign if you want this portion from beginning to the end to be zoomed in the same proportion, and then click on the right option. See, this has been done now. The screen is focusing now the selected portion only, okay? So in this way you can focus on the particular portion, or you can set your board also. Now let's move on to the next option, that is graphics with a star. See here, as soon as we click on this option, we can see many variations available here, and if we select one of them, the screen looks like this. Now you can use the title text. You can write something that you want to appear on the screen, and it will appear like this. Now if you want to speed up some portion of your video, suppose if you are writing something on the board and you want to speed up that particular portion, so first what we have to do, click on that particular point with the help of bookmark. Whenever we click on this, the option split at playhead is visible. Click on that. Again, it selects the particular area which we want to speed up. Now click on this watch and increase the speed. You can increase its speed, but it is preferable that we should increase the speed up to 2x so that we can mute it also with the help of this option. Yes, let's see how it has been done. See, this is fast forwarding the video. Now let's move on to another option that is available within layer. It is of handwriting. If we click on this option, see, you can choose any of this. You can choose the pen or circles. You can encircle any particular portion. You can use the rectangle. You can write with the help of pen on the screen also, and you can change the color. If you want to make an arrow on the screen, you can make it, okay? And now if you want all these structures to appear on the screen one after another automatically, use the animation option. As soon as we click on this,
Then click on draw in order and set the speed also. You can set the speed also and then click on OK. Now let's see how does it appear. Yes, it's highlighting the particular area one after another. Okay, this is how we can use the handwriting and we can animate it also. So we have seen that we can add an introductory page to our video where we can write the title and name or any other thing which we want to appear on the screen at the front page. We can write a text in between the video also by repeating the same procedure as we have seen, and then we can cut our video short, we can delete a particular portion, we can fast forward it, zoom it and add many more effects, but we need a little practice for this. In this video, I have tried to use as many types of educational videos as possible. See, the introductory part was a talking head, and then the description about types of videos was a slide cast with video. The next part, the demonstrations of animations in slide and KineMaster were in screencast. I know it may not be a perfect presentation for you, but it is just an initiative for our shift from offline to online. It was just a little effort with limited resources, and I hope it would be fruitful for you. So friends, this was all about educational videos. Though there are many types of educational videos, I have tried to include few of them which can be made at home and without much technical knowledge or technical assistance. Even if you are beginners, you can start with tabletop videos, and if you are a bit practiced, you can make talking head also and explanation on whiteboard or green board. And once again I would like to thank Principal Dr. D.D. Prushti sir and Nidhi ma'am for inviting me in this webinar, and thanks very much to the whole organizing team of Govind Sarang Government Law College, Bhatapara. Thank you once again. Thank you very much.
Dear participants, thank you for attending the webinar, and I hope that you must have benefited by this small endeavor. Thank you.